Hey there, you're listening to Mad Chats with Black Girl, White Geek. I'm your host, Jess D.
And today's episode is a chatting episode. You know, that time where we all get together after class and we stretch, sit, and talk about all things jiu-jitsu and life. If you want to continue the conversation, please make sure to follow me on Instagram at blackgirlwhitegi_BJJ. And, of course, go to my website, blackgirlwhitegi.com, to find blog posts and other resources that I hope can help you on your BJJ, martial arts, and fitness journey. But without further ado, let's get into the episode. Hey there guys, Jess here. And I'm excited because this is my first talking podcast that isn't an audio podcast. An audio blog podcast, I should say. I just wanted to take this time and talk about, the times where you say fuck it and do the things that you want to do. And I was thinking about this because a lot of the life-changing and most interesting things that have happened to me started with a fuck it, why not? And, proceed to do the things. So this is something as small as, well, maybe not small to some people, but when I was going for my master's and I needed to choose a location and Shanghai was on the list. And I was thinking like, hey, fuck it. Let's go to Asia. I had a little bit of a fear of Asia, but that's another story. Another, fuck it, why not moment for me was the reason why this podcast exists, which is jiu-jitsu. And I want to take some time to talk about why that fuck it, why not moment came. So when I started to do jiu-jitsu right before, I was feeling a little bit down on myself. I was 23 at the time. I had gotten a job, but I didn't feel like things were fulfilled. I had very bad self-esteem. I had, I graduated college. I wasn't dating anyone. I felt that I wasn't worth anything because at the time I thought that worth was connected to dating a man and being with a man. And I'm like, okay, I'm not in a serious relationship. I'm not going to be married. I'm just worthless. And I didn't have, actually the year before, I had graduated and I didn't find a job yet. Actually, now I think about it, I think I was 22. So I graduated when I was 21. 22, I was just going through all these emotions. And I just felt like as low as anyone could possibly feel. And I don't know, I just kind of thought to myself, what is going to make me get out of this hole that I'm feeling? Like, why do I feel that the world is beating me down? Oh, wait, I know. I think I'm going to try mixed martial arts because then I could beat bitches' faces in. Some people might be wondering, how does that jump happen? But in my mind, it just did. So just go with me here on this story. So yeah, I talked to my friend Mike and I was like, yeah, where do I go to beat bitches' faces in? Because I knew that he did MMA and he was like, yo, chill. And he suggested that I start with jiu-jitsu first. And he showed me to my first jiu-jitsu gym, which was called Railside MMA. Shout out to there. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was a great place. And just to set the scene for you, just picture this, not too skinny, not fat black girl walking to a gym with a bunch of white dudes kind of, wrestling around on the ground, sweating. You're hearing like man grunts on the thingy, on the floor, on the mats or whatever. And this guy's like, the owner of the gym comes and says, hey, you're here for your jiu-jitsu trial, right? Come on, let me show you some stuff. And, he shows me how to break fall, which for those of you that don't know, it's like falling on the ground, slapping, just to make sure that you don't, fall on one point of your body. And he showed me all the basics of jujitsu that don't require another person. And then we get to a point and he's like, okay, now get on top of me. And I'm just like, bruh, like, what am I? So keep in mind, I'm coming from let's beat bitches' faces in to, all right, I'm going to try jujitsu, to not really knowing what jujitsu is and having some older man tell me to get on top of him. So you could just imagine what's going through my mind at the time. And I'm thinking like, this is like some perverted shit. Like, this man's wife is gonna come and say like, oh yeah, what the fuck, what are you doing here? And this is going through my mind. And I think that the owner kind of saw like the craziness that was going through my mind, and he was like, hey, look, jiu-jitsu, you're gonna have to be in close contact with people, so if you can't do this, then it's probably not gonna be for you. And I was just thinking to myself, like, if this is one part of me doing MMA for me to get over this feeling that I'm having of myself, then okay, fuck it, why not? And that was my first fuck it, why not moment. And then me joining the gym and deciding that I'm going to try jiu-jitsu, that was my second fuck it, why not moment. And that kind of proceeded to make me realize that when I take these chances and when I tell myself that things are bad, so why not try something different? Sorry, that's my dog in the background. And so just to bring that all around, like, I think that we all have these moments in our lives that we have fears and we have just kind of these ideas of what life should be like, and what roles you should have, and sometimes you don't want to deviate from that plan that is, that quote unquote plan that is supposed to be lived by everyone. Yeah, like the times that we realize that we could just take a chance and do something different, then I think that's where life gets exciting and life is more, just more doors open up, And if I could put it in a jiu-jitsu context, like, I think sometimes when we're used to things, for example, maybe you have a position or a game that you always play, and there's something that you could do, but you're afraid of getting submitted, or you're afraid of losing your position, and you still sit there and something bad still happens, instead of you just taking that chance for that new move or that new position, then it's just like, what's the point of even doing this thing? Like, if you try those new moves and you learn something new about yourself, you add something to your game. So yeah, fuck it, why not? Try this new move. Outside of jiu-jitsu, how many times have, you wanted to do something like, I don't know, ask somebody out, or you have these like ideas that, oh, this person won't date me because of A, B, C, D. Or like, if you're a woman, like, oh, I shouldn't hit on a guy because, the guy's supposed to hit on you. And you just sit there waiting for something to happen where you could just take that chance and, again, be like, fuck it, why not? And maybe meet the love of your life. So to round out this episode and my thoughts here, I hope that in your daily lives, in this year, in 2022, even with all the craziness going on as I record this, I hope that you have your fuck it, why not moment, and it opens up a whole new world for you, and you discover something new about yourself. So anyway, here's my question for you guys out there. What is your fuck it, why not moment? Or what would you like your fuck it, why not moment to be for this year? Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Again, if you want to continue the conversation, please follow me on Instagram at blackgirlyq. whitekey_BJJ. And don't forget, please like and subscribe to Matt Chats with Black Girl White Key. I've been Jess D, and I'll see you next time. Bye.